What's up? It's your boy Carcino here. Thank you all, and I will be calling the guys who did donate to the Streamlab and leave their phone number. It just was too late for you to call people at that time of night. So we'll next live we do in a decent hour, we will call the numbers for those who donated to the page and provided their numbers saying they want to get it cracking. Dudes like, I want to get the real brothers cracking. I'm like, all right. Alright, let's see what we can do. So, definitely we'll do that. Now, a lot of you guys have asked me about Michael Jordan stories. Like, man, you got any more Michael Jordan stories they don't be talking about? I'm like, there's plenty of those Michael Jordan stories. But this one is an interesting one. When Mike came back to the Wizards. Because you got to remember, when Mike was coming back to the league, and he was getting ready to make his announcement, 9/11 happened. He was getting ready to make his announcement that he's coming back, and 9/11 hit. Right when Mike was getting ready to do his announcement, he was out there training and practicing, and the media was out there, a couple of guys watching Michael Jordan training. Are you coming back? Are you not coming back? And he sat down and did an interview with just a local reporter out there on the stoop. And the next day was 9/11. He was getting ready to make an announcement 2 months out before the season that he was coming back. He was just seeing how it was going to go. So when he came back in November, whenever the season started, Mike was out there putting up numbers, having, definitely double digits. So Mike was around 20 points a game. Second game back, he's put up 30 some on Atlanta. He hit Utah up for 44, put another 30 up on Milwaukee. They want you to believe that Mike came back and just was terrible. Okay? They wanted you to believe Mike came back and was just terrible when he came back to the Wizards. That's how the league wants you to remember Mike. Oh, I ain't talking about Wizards, Mike. I'm talking about, I'll be like, Wizards Mike would have messed you up just like the Bulls Mike would have messed you up. Just the Bulls Mike was more in shape. This is a Mike that's been out 3 years drinking and smoking. So he had to play himself back into shape. Now, let me see if I can remember this. Okay, let me run it down. This is his point total. Okay, this is like the first 10 games of the season. First game he scores 19. Next game he scores 31. He scores 20. Scores 19, right? Then he scores 32. Then he scored 32 again. Then he scores 16, 31, 44, 30, and 21. Right? And that's the first 11 games of the season. Mike then hit 30 4 times already, and hit 40 once. That looked Michael Jordanish to me. But they want you to believe Mike sucked. This entire Washington Wizard era. Now, the only difference in these games that Mike was playing is the league wasn't giving Mike his usual free throw attempts. They were making Mike earn it because they didn't want Mike back. The league did not want Michael Jordan back in the game. Mike put himself back in the league. They were like, we don't need Michael Jordan to come back. We're good. We don't need that. David Stern was totally against it. But he could not deny Michael Jordan to come back, so they just punished him. Now, Mike's body was failing him. Mike had bad knees. He had a wrist messed up. Then came the issue. The streak was broken. His 800-some games of him scoring double digits was broken in this season. What people don't realize, Mike was going steady, and then they had a trip to go back to Indiana. Mike was fighting a lawsuit. His name was being thrown around, and with this woman he used to mess around with in Indiana that he, she had a miscarriage or whatever, or she had the baby, and the baby what ended up not being Michael's. She was a former beauty pageant, and she was suing Michael Jordan and trying to get money out of Mike, and Mike was going through all of these headaches during the time. So by the time the game starts, when they play in Indiana, he just wants to play this game and get back on the road. Mike's playing it, and it is like the worst game of Michael's career. He's like 2 of 10. He couldn't buy a shot. He was just off. And Doug pulls him. The lead, they was getting blown out. And they were getting blown out so bad, he just sat Mike. Put Mike on the bench, and Mike only played like 25 minutes. And he was considering lowering Michael's minutes. Like, man, I've probably been playing him a lot. Been trying to keep him around 34, 36 minutes a game. And maybe I'm wearing him out. So after this game, it was Michael Jordan has failed. The media all piled on Michael. 6 points. Michael Jordan, for the first time in 800 and some games, Michael was ticked. The media, that's all they cared about. Is Michael done? He shouldn't have come back. Why did he do this? See, the league was pushing that. They really wanted to harp that in. Like, lay that in. So Mike will retire. We don't want Jordan in this league no more. We can't hold on to Michael Jordan. So they kept pushing the narrative. Mike got on the bus. They was riding back. He sat next to Doug Collins, and he said, scoot over. Because Mike brought him in to coach. Mike said, do you believe I could still play this game? He said, of course. Yeah, I know you can play this game. He's like, well, because he's like, I need you. He's like, if you're going to be our coach, I need you to believe I could still play this game. I know you can play this game. Like, this is not a question. Like, why is this even being asked? He said, next time, don't take me out the game till I tell you to. So they play the game. And the next game they play, it's the Charlotte Hornets. And Michael Jordan hit like the first 3 shots of the game, come back, goes off for 51 points. 51 points. Because he felt slighted. He shot the most shots he shot all season. He shot 38 shots. He went off. This led to a Michael Jordan performance where they won 4 straight in a row. Mike was incredible. He was angry. He came out stomping, running over people, going hard, body to body, banging them, and put up 51. The very next game they played the New Jersey Nets, the team that went to the NBA Finals. Mike didn't give a damn. Mike said, I want the ball right here all night long, and I will tell you to take me out this game. I'll tell you when. Mike came out there, hit the first 3 shots again, didn't want to come out. He played 38 minutes. He killed them. Scored 45 on them. He was plus 17 in his 51-point game. He was plus 22. Plus 22 against them. He was angry because he had been embarrassed. Then it was time to play the Chicago Bulls. Mike scored 29 on the Bulls as he was vengeful the way he approached the game. And he went to Doug, and he said, I told you I could still play this game. He was angry because that was what Mike needed to push him over the edge. To get him, he needed that doubt. He needed the media to doubt him. He needed people to say he can't do it. That's what gave him that extra motivation to get up and keep moving. That's what motivated him. Well, people got to understand that when they say Jordan took more shots than LeBron, that's because LeBron shot more three-pointers, almost 2,000 more than Michael Jordan. Jordan's game wasn't taking a bunch of three-point shots. He would attempt maybe 3 a game, maybe 1, 2 at the max. His average is probably 2 threes a game in attempts. So you're going to shoot. Michael Jordan played the game inside the lines. The game was played inside the lines. It wasn't let me shoot out there. But when Mike shot it, he was about 50% shooter. You don't want to leave him open for 3, especially when the game on the line. He shot it when it was necessary. But that just showed the willpower of Mike. As you know, these players now. And Mike was not trying to show up Doug Collins. He didn't go on the court, on the sideline and make a spectacle. He talked to him on the bus after the game and told him, this is what I want done. Don't lose faith in me. Like Mike is the reason he was there. Mike brought him there because he knew how to coach Michael. He knew Doug understood exactly what he wanted to get done and how it needed to be brought about. He couldn't have a new coach who didn't know him come in and try to coach him at this point of his career. He needed an experienced guy that knew him his entire career. So for those 2 years, Doug was there. Well, times have always changed, people. As far as people's attitudes, people's directions, people's drive, and in Michael's body, he tore a muscle and he had to have knee surgery. So he only played 60 games that year. The next year, Michael came back and played all 82 games at the age of 40. Yeah, 40. So when you try to tell me LeBron is better than Michael in any form, I'm like, are you even serious? If you're 18 years old, okay, I get it. 19, 20, even you 21 guys. Because you, by the time Jordan them was winning, you was a baby. You don't remember nothing. So, well, that's about it. That's about it, man. I mean, I just wanted to let you guys know Mike was still Mike. Yeah, he challenged the coach. He didn't do what LeBron do, start pounding on the floor, falling on the ground, kicking the floor. You know, turning his back. Let him know he's noticeably upset about something. So, you know, it's the way you do things, ways and actions. So, anyhow, I'm out. Y'all have a great day. Don't forget to donate to the page. And if you got a Cash App, that's easier for you to do. You can hit me up on the Cash App. I'm out.